Sports is brought to you by All Out Auto Repair, home of the $46 Saskatchewan and $66 Alberta Safety Inspection. Your complete automotive repair.
Moses, it was a huge weekend for senior men's hockey, especially in Dewberry.
Yeah, well, it was in Vermilion. Dewberry was playing, and it was pretty big for them, of course. They lost their first game, which meant they were in the Senior A provincials, but they still rallied and had one heck of a series. The Senior AA and Single A hockey season wrapped up in Vermilion this weekend. The Dewberry Mustangs were in the Single A final, trying to win back-to-back titles. The Mustangs met a familiar foe, taking on the Two Hills Longhorns, a rematch of the league final. This one was going to be physical. Brad Noble knocked over in the crease, starts a scrum. Then Tyson Knight is wallpapered to the boards. So Kevin Smith follows up with a nasty hit on the end boards, and yet another scrum ensues. Eventually, the two teams would get to play some hockey. 10 minutes in, Shane Cusack takes the Chris Romanchuk pass and stuffs the net. And then, when the game is now tied at 2 from the same position, Mitch Walker can't score, but Devin Mineta pulls a sweet deke to put Dewberry ahead. Sloppy D work sends the Longhorns on a break. Travis Waudzia will score, all tied up with just 6 minutes to play, but this game won't need overtime. Tyson Knight makes the D look silly, scoring with just 3 minutes left, and that's the game winner. The Mustangs will add an empty netter to win the Provincial A title 5-3. Now with the win, the Mustangs repeat as Single A champions. Brad Noble led the team with 6 points, and the tourney will head back to Vermilion for the post-game reactions.
Went third, they just kind of got their heads back into it. The second game, they were kind of falling apart again, like we've done so many times this year. And once they take a deep breath and think about it, I mean, they can play hockey, and they did it. They showed it again today.
We just stuck to our game plan. I mean, we were out shooting them most of the game, and we just kept throwing the pucks at the net until they finally went in.
Now there's less than a month until the lacrosse season begins. The Wheatland Extreme have nearly finalized their roster and are excited about this year's potential. Emmett Murphy with the details.
In their first year in Tier 2 Junior B, the Extreme had a surprisingly strong season.
We went all year winning games, but not by much. We'd win by a point here or a couple points there. And so, it wasn't like we were running away with the league, but we just seemed to find our way out of every game at the right time at the end of the game.
But that timely scoring faded in the playoffs.
And I think things leveled out a bit, and at the end, when we needed that last point in the game, we couldn't come up with it. But
with just 4 of last year's players off the roster and a good crop of midgets coming up, the Extreme feel that third place just won't cut it this year.
I hope first at the top. That'd be sweet. We got a couple new players. Guy from Grand Prairie, which is pretty good. Team's pretty good. Good goaltending. I think we'll be pretty good.
I think this year we got just probably just a little bit better talent to overall average, and so we'll probably do just as well, if not a little bit better.
The team knows it has the offense to compete again, so they are spending practices dedicated to the back end.
All right, now just defense, because we got the scoring down pat. We just need to play more better D and we'll be good.
We're going to put a little bit more energy into trying to tighten up our back end and get our defense a little bit more solid, and see if we can't help our goalie out a little bit more. Maybe we were leaving it all up to him in a lot of cases last year.
The Extreme begin their season at home April 29th against the Edmonton Blues.
Now the 31st Annual Border Cup wrapped up yesterday, and it's safe to say it was a success. 20 teams from Alberta and Saskatchewan converged at the Service Centre in the 4-team 35-plus division. The Red Deer Schaub Services were crowned champions. Elsewhere, the 50-plus division went to the Swift Current Blues. Congratulations to them. The other division winner was Lloydminster Shoulda Hadams, and you see them right there. It was a gorgeous goal who won all 3 of their games and captured the Fair Play Trophy. And in the white division, in the 50-plus category, the Midwest Hawks defeated the Meadow Lake team 4-1. And the 32nd edition will take place on March 22nd to the 24th in 2013. That's all the time we have for sports. Stay tuned for more Newcap news after the break.